Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HIBO webinar. If you are planning a major home improvement project, you have come to the right place. I don't want you to go any further until you find out more information about HIBO and how they can help you save money on your investment, protect your investment. I honestly am so excited to share this information with you because I don't want a single person to miss out on this opportunity. So HIBO stands for Home Improvement by Owner. And HIBO is a new model basically for home improvement projects. And I'm going to show you how it works so it becomes less confusing and you will totally understand what is meant by home improvement by owner. First, I want to introduce you to Terry Ham. He's the founder and owner of HIBO. And he is an amazing, amazing person with so much experience in the industry. His experience just cannot be understated. It is phenomenal. He knows how everything works from start to finish. He has over 40 years of experience in the building industry and markets and knows how to take care of you and your project and make it just the way you want it and with everything covered without any missing steps. So let's get right into it. The very first thing that Terry would ask you is making sure that you have answers to every single one of these 7 questions before you even consider starting any kind of project. So, what are you considering to build? Where do you want that project to be located? What is going to be the use of the project? How big is the project going to be? When are you going to want to build? Do you have a budget? And do you have any pictures or sketches of a similar project? All of those things need to be answered before you even move to making plans on how to build. So make sure you answer those first. So, when you first decide that you are planning a major home improvement project, if you were like me, you are thinking, I have no idea where to begin. You just feel lost, you feel confused, you don't know uh, how in the world to even start your project. All you know is what you want, you've saved some money for it, and you feel ready to go, but then what? So, you basically in the past have had 4 options. You can hire an architect, you can hire a builder or contractor, you can hire a design or build firm, or you can do it all yourself. And those were really the only options. And that's one of the things that Terry found was really lacking in that there was not the best option to make sure a project was done right, but also with cost savings and with some checks and balance system as well. So in the first scenario, if you choose to do an architect is a fantastic part of your project because they're going to help you with the exact designs. However, if you just start with the architect, then you're going to get a sophisticated design and you're going to get a plan, but the architect might get a little carried away and isn't considering how much your investment is and hasn't considered your budget and may go a little bit overboard. So, if that happens, then you might get into a position where you have to cut your budget, either cut some of the plans back a little bit or raise your budget. And that's not always easy. And it's a really painful process if you're excited about this build and you've got the plans and then all of a sudden realize, wait, this isn't within budget. So that's something that HIBO is going to take care of from the beginning, making sure that your project is going to stay within budget. They're still going to use an architect and they're going to find you an architect and make sure that that architect stays within budget and gets you the perfect plans for you. In the second scenario, starting with a contractor may help to control the costs in the beginning, but too often the contractors really are not, you're not getting that same quality of design and you may end up with a project that is not exactly what you're looking for and may even be a little ugly. So I'm not trying to say that a contractor is a bad thing, but they're not the same as coordinating seamlessly a design architect and a contractor as well to put the two together to come up with the perfect design for you that you are in love with and is within your budget. So the other thing is, how are you going to know whether the contractor is trustworthy? That is one of the things that HIBO will also take care of for you. They're going to find out uh, which contractor is the best to use. They're going to already have that contractor vetted, and they are going to make sure that that contractor is staying within your budget, but with quality products. So we don't want to get you don't want to get halfway through your project with a contractor and then all of a sudden the contractor abandons you, or end up having some type of legal issues with something going on, and then all of a sudden your project is in the middle of completion and you're out of luck. Your contractor is in trouble and now you're in trouble. Also, most contractors want a third of the money up front, and that puts you at significant financial risk because you're putting all your trust in them and you may or may not truly be able to trust them. So, HIBO is going to make sure that you have a trustworthy contractor. For scenario number three, you're going to look at using a design or build firm. So for this, basically, it's your one-stop shop. You are going to avoid potential disputes between the architect and the builder. However, most design build firms discourage or even prohibit homeowners from seeking competitive bids for construction. So this is where HIBO is going to help you out as well with making sure that you have access to bidding, making sure you have access to being able to be participant in competing for bids. This is not something that typically the average homeowner is going to be able to do. You're going to need to rely on a building design firm or someone with experience to be able to bid. So that's something that HIBO can take care of for you. So if you choose to just use a design build firm, you're putting everything on them. They're going to take care of everything from the start, but all of a sudden you are also captive to their construction prices. Those are dictated by the firm. There's nothing you can do about it. So you may end up being, again, significantly over the budget that you had in mind, and also significantly over what the project needs to cost you. So HIBO is definitely going to save you money in the long run. For scenario number four, you decide that you're going to do the project all on your own. So you have done the research and you're confident that you can give it a try on your own. You can definitely save 25 to 35% contractor fees. And of course, you can save money on all those labor costs. However, again, do you really know the construction industry? If you have to hire some other people to do some of the work, do you really know that they're qualified? Do you know you can count on them? And what is the cost involved? Have you really budgeted correctly? Did you remember about all those permits? Did you remember about the plans, the designs? Did you remember about the cost of getting all your building materials? Because as a just general homeowner, you're not going to have access to those discounts for buying all of your supplies like the contractors have. HIBO can give you that access as a general homeowner. So when you hire HIBO, they act as your liaison to be able to contact and get you the bids that you want with your subcontractors. And they also are able to give you access to the same costs that contractors get for their supplies. So you're going to save significantly on all of your building materials. So when Terry came up with this idea, he really wanted to help homeowners save money and reduce their risk. His business is centrally located in Arlington, Virginia, but he doesn't just serve Arlington. He serves the Arlington area, the whole county. He services all of the surrounding areas, the DC area, uh, Fairfax area, and beyond, really. That is the wonderful thing about HIBO. You do not have to be local to HIBO. HIBO can work with you even if you are miles from their central location. And Terry would be happy to talk with anyone interested in doing their building project, regardless of where you are located. So back to a little bit more about Terry. He has applied more of his 40 years of experience in the building industry to offer homeowners a new and better way to build major construction and remodeling projects. For the first time, HIBO makes professional consulting and management tools directly available to homeowners who demand top-notch work but refuse to pay premium prices. So Terry is, even though this is maybe coming at you as a new idea, Terry has been in this business for many, many years. He knows how this works. He knows how to save you money, and he wants to protect your investment. HIBO is also proven. Is He has worked already with over 100 successful projects and is ready to continue on and help you out as well. So if Terry was here with me right now, which just as a little teaser for next week, we are going to have a little live session with Terry next week with some questions and answers. So if you want to get a chance to talk directly to the homeowner, join us again 7 o'clock next week. But Terry would want me to tell you that HIBO's model is not right for every homeowner because the HIBO model does require you as the homeowner to take some responsibility. You are still going to be actively involved with the steps of your project. And you're not going to be just handing it over and saying, okay, I will come back and see you when it's all finished. No, you are going to be walking every step of the way. You're going to be making decisions. Terry's going to be coming to you, or your HIBO project manager is going to be coming to you and telling you, these are the decisions that need to be made. This is what we recommend. And you're going to be actively participating. So if you would like, though, to act as your own general contractor, HIBO empowers you to do that. They're going to help you save significantly, again, with those by giving you access to those direct pay costs that contractors typically get, and they are going to you're going to not have that contractor markup, though, in order to be able to do that. So let's get right into the steps that you're going to go through when you hire HIBO to help manage your project. First thing is you must have a realistic budget. Okay, so we're in the planning stage right now, and you need to make sure that you have a knowledge of how much your project is going to cost. This is where HIBO will also help you significantly. They have what's called a feasibility study. And next week in our webinar, we're going to be delving deep into the feasibility study itself so you can understand that very clearly. But the feasibility study is going to make sure that your project is both financially feasible and physically feasible, to make sure that it is realistic in every way. So step one is going to be making sure you have a budget, and HIBO will make sure that your budget is realistic and on track. Step two, making early and informed decisions about project design and materials, still part of the planning stage. So HIBO's initial budget is going to include a detailed 25-point analysis to help the homeowner understand how design and material choices drive the project costs. So this budget is going to allow the homeowner to make better informed decisions about how to scale back if you need to save, and where it might make some sense to splurge a little bit if you want something a little bit higher quality or something a little bit more special in your project. So, making these decisions at the beginning is going to help avoid painful choices and costly changes during the construction process. You don't want to be making these choices in the middle of the actual project. The third step, ensuring that project plans and specs are ready for bidding. So now your plan is starting to take action. So most HIBO clients who need architectural services do use HIBO to contract with an architect, just as they subcontract for other services. So HIBO has access to talented architects who understand that the plans and specs must provide the level of detail and specifics that subcontractors need to submit hard bids. As a homeowner, most homeowners do not know how to create architectural drawings or even how to submit bids for contractors. So this is where again, HIBO is essential. Okay, HIBO homeowners can use their own architect if they want to, or HIBO will help you find a perfect architect for you. Okay, but if you use your own architect, HIBO is still going to protect you and insist that all the plans and specs meet their standards and that they're ready for bidding. Number four, securing necessary local agency permits. Unless special arrangements are made, such as with an architect, the homeowner is responsible for coordination with the local agency to secure all permits. While this process can be a little difficult and trying, HIBO has found that permitting officials are generally more responsive to homeowners than to the architects or general contractors. So HIBO will walk you through this process. They will make sure that you know what permits you need, but you are going to take care of getting your permits. Okay, but don't worry. HIBO is going to give you support. Okay, you're going to have support from the architect. They're going to support you as the homeowners, and they're going to help you avoid any delays by making sure you go through the process correctly. Number five, finding qualified and reliable subcontractors, another part of your action plan. So the final product ultimately is going to depend on the skill and workmanship of the subcontractors who perform the various things like your masonry, your framing, your electric, your plumbing. HIBO's experience over the past decade in working with the full spectrum of subcontractors gives them that firsthand knowledge to know who is reliable, whose skills are going to match your project needs, and what is going to make this the perfect match for you. So HIBO is going to be seeking bids from proven contractors, from proven subcontractors to reduce your risk as the homeowner, help prevent you from being victimized by somebody that is either incompetent or unethical. And me as a homeowner, I wouldn't even know where to begin looking for subcontractors. So I am so thankful to HIBO, who is able to know exactly who I can trust and where I need to go so that I am ready to make my project a reality. Number six, negotiating contracts with the subcontractors. Okay, your plan is still in action. So homeowners working with HIBO, they sign contracts directly with each subcontractor. HIBO is going to coordinate the bidding process to secure the proposals from the subcontractors and then help you as the homeowner negotiate fair prices. HIBO's initial budget is a helpful benchmark to judge whether the prices are reasonable and fair. So you're not coming into this blind. You already have HIBO's research and plan and budget so that you know whether, when somebody tells you how much it's going to cost to do your electrical wiring, whether they're giving you a fair price or not. So HIBO's contract language also is going to ensure that the contracts are comprehensive and that they're clear. So, because subcontractors value the additional business that HIBO might offer them in the future, the added benefit is that HIBO is going to give you, as the homeowner, buying power. and is going to increase your chances of getting the best prices because they want future business from HIBO. Number seven, coordinating the construction process. So HIBO assigns a project manager to you as the homeowner. And just as a general idea, one HIBO project manager typically coordinates 45 projects at the same time. The project manager develops an overall schedule and helps the homeowner understand the project staging and identifies all of those time critical decisions and actions. So there are certain times in your project where decisions need to be made and they need to be made in a certain order and they need to be made at a certain time or the whole project can fall apart. So HIBO is going to make sure that, for example, when your masonry guy comes, all your materials are there and all of the groundwork has been laid and your project is ready for that masonry work to begin, and you don't have your masonry guy come, but you haven't got your project ready and your ground isn't leveled and you're all of a sudden things are out of sync. So your HIBO manager is going to coordinate the scheduling of those subcontractors, making sure all of your materials are bought and ready and that your project is staying on track. Number eight, resolving any problems that arise. So the coordinating role of the HIBO plays such an important role in making sure that if any problems arise, they are handled quickly. They are not going to slow you down. They are not going to totally derail your project. Okay. So, first of all, you're going to prevent a ton of problems by having HIBO manage your project because most of those problems are not going to occur in the first place. However, if a problem does arise, HIBO is going to help it get handled very quickly. So homeowners rely on their HIBO project manager for technical advice to understand the significance of the problem and also to help make decisions regarding anything about the problem. For example, if you have a crack in your concrete slab, that is very different and needs to be handled differently than a crack in a two by four stud. So, you know, is it a major problem or is it a minor problem? And how are we going to fix the problem? So HIBO will help you resolve all those issues and make sure that you and your subcontractors reach a fair resolution. And you're not going to have any these terrible standoffs where all of a sudden no work is getting done. Let's talk about savings. Everybody wants to talk about savings. So, HIBO is going to save you money by reducing your risk, by giving you that contractor access, by getting you reliable people, and by getting you those competitive bids. Okay. So, to make sure I didn't miss anything, homeowners who work with HIBO act as their own general contractor. So, by paying subcontractors and suppliers directly, you avoid the middleman markup. You're only paying the direct costs. Having HIBO develop a detailed budget as step one avoids that risk of an architect developing beautiful plans that prove to be far beyond the available budget. A detailed budget by HIBO also helps you understand how design and material choices drive the cost of your project so that you can make better informed decisions in cutting costs and in deciding where it makes sense to spend that little bit of extra money. HIBO works to ensure that plans and specs have sufficient detail for those subcontractors to submit responsive bids that can be evaluated apples to apples. Okay, we've got all the details that are needed. Those subcontractors are ready. They know what they're doing. They're going to give you the appropriate cost. No surprises later with hidden costs. HIBO's knowledge of and experience with subcontractors across all of the trades helps homeowners secure subcontractors who are qualified, reliable, and properly insured. You're going to steer clear of the bad actors who victimize unsuspecting consumers. You do not want to be one of those people. HIBO's knowledge of prevailing costs and its detailed contract language helps the homeowner execute clear, fair, and competitively priced contracts with each subcontractor. So you are protected by HIBO's contract language to make sure that you will be treated fairly and protected. Reliable subcontractors appreciate the HIBO model and how it provides prompt payment by the homeowner upon acceptance of work. That reduces their fear of payments being unreasonably delayed, and it protects you as the homeowner from having to put too much of your project dollars up front to somebody that you may or may not be able to trust. So HIBO makes sure that those dollars are given at a specific plan. All of the contractors and subcontractors are aware. So the subcontractors are more responsive in scheduling work and resolving any problems because they value the additional business that HIBO can offer them in the future. So when they're working with HIBO on your project, they know that HIBO can refer them to the next project as well if they do a great job on your project. So they have incentive. They don't just have to make you happy as one customer. They have to make HIBO happy, who already has the power to bring them a lot more business. So each homeowner is benefiting from HIBO's greater buying power and experience. HIBO's managers help plan, manage, and monitor your project, ensuring that efficient staging of the project and coordination is all done seamlessly. All of your different subcontractors are going to be coordinated properly at the right time and in the right way by HIBO. While virtually all home improvement projects encounter some technical and scheduling or some unforeseen problem, HIBO helps you as the homeowner resolve those problems and greatly reduces the risk that the home improvement project will go awry. That is the most important thing. I cannot emphasize enough. Protect yourself with HIBO. HIBO will make sure that your investment dollars go as far as possible and that those investment dollars are protected, and you can have your dream project with HIBO. Bottom line, with HIBO's help, homeowners who have the time and inclination and can perform as well or better than most remodeling contractors and can earn significant savings in the process when they work with HIBO. So contact a HIBO representative for more information to help you decide whether HIBO's model will work for your advantage. Trust me, as a homeowner who's worked with HIBO and knows the quality of their work and the amazing results that they can give, I'm telling you, they will make sure your project gets done, your dream can become a reality, and you will be completely protected in your investment. So get in touch with HIBO today. You can call them at 717-740-1411, and one of their specialists will get back in touch with you to schedule your feasibility study to make sure that your project is both financially and physically feasible and you are ready to get your dream a reality. You can also visit them on their website at hibo.us. They have lots of really helpful information on their website. They have information about the feasibility study, information about how their process works. So we want to go through every detail of that with you in our next video. Until then, take care, everybody, and happy building.